numbers at this plant because our people yearn for jobs. By those few words, I want to welcome you all here in the Eastern Cape, the home of legends. Isuzu, you are part of that legendary work that we're doing in our province. We do appreciate, we'll work with you as provincial government and the Metro to make it a point that you succeed in your endeavors. Thank you very much. You are all welcome. Thank you.
Today is a day of celebration, and to kick off our festivities, please put your hands together for the President and CEO of Isuzu Motors South Africa, Mr. Billy Tom.
President Ramaphosa, I'm from a very small town. It's called Alexandria. When you drive through it, if you sneeze, you'll miss it. And when I stand in front of a crowd like this, it's not very easy. As I was walking down, I had a moment, and I thought I'll raise it with you. With your history of being a good negotiator and a reasonable leader, probably you might consider this. Recently, we celebrated 750 days of lockdown, and we got used to the family meetings. And there was one thing that was a regular appearance. There was a word that says with immediate effect. And that word caught many of us because in some of the items we used, we were not well stocked, and it meant we couldn't restock. So I thought, with us being at Nelson Mandela Stadium in GQEBERHA, the home of the auto sector, as the Premier has said, maybe we can change the name to Isuzu City. So I'm waiting for you to respond later for that. To the President of the Republic of South Africa, Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, the Premier of the Eastern Cape, the President of Isuzu Limited, Executive Mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay, the leadership of our union, NUMSA, our guests, to my colleagues who are here, good afternoon. This is a proud moment for Africa. Exactly 50 years ago, the first generation Bakkie in the African continent was launched. Today marks an iconic milestone as we unveil and launch our 7th generation D-Max. This is a reflection of the high heritage of the Isuzu brand in South Africa and the continent as a whole. Today we are gathered in a province where Nelson Mandela was born. We are in a metro that is named after him. As I speak, I'm standing at a stadium that's named after him. All I can say is, let the Mandela spirit guide us as we launch the 7th generation Isuzu Bakkie. To top it off, 30 years ago, there was a young man who was Nelson Mandela's Secretary General. That young man went on to become the first citizen of the country, and we're looking forward to hearing from him. In the 90s, we had the United Colors of Benetton, and today we have the rainbow colors of Isuzu, as you can see it here. This vehicle, the Bold 7 generation, will go down in Isuzu history as one of the greatest we have assembled, as it marks the bold new age of Isuzu, where the rich heritage and the new age of technology are embedded in the product. Getting back into the African continent, Africa is growing, and as such, growth brings massive opportunities for us. coupled with the introduction of the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, which focuses on eliminating barriers to trade and attracting more investments. We have the biggest free trade zone in the world, and this is our time to shine as Africans. Rise, Africa, rise. This agreement is likely to increase the intra-African trade from a lousy 15% as we speak to 52%, and also the size of the economy of the African continent from $3 trillion to $29 trillion by 2050. This massive growth opportunity cannot be missed. Our currencies need to circulate in Africa a few times before they go abroad. We really, as Africans, need to trade with each other. To give you an idea, if you look at the European Union, the intra-trade is sitting at about 80. Africa, it's 15%. And if we can trade with each other 3% more every year, we can double that intra-trade and create the wealth in the continent. That's why if you look at the crowd here, we've got every country from Africa we trade with. We started this journey with work we did with Kenya by supporting our Isuzu fellows with semi-knocked down parts, which are assembled here in GQEBERHA, and then they complete it in their home soil. We have recently signed a principal agreement with the Ghana government to support with SKED kits for assembly in that country. There is more coming. Watch the space. Thailand has the biggest Isuzu plant, and we are proudly number 2. It's a position we're very proud of as Isuzu South Africa. That number 2 strategically positions himself as a manufacturing hub for Africa. This is to support the market demands in South Africa and beyond the borders of the country. This product therefore emerges at a time when IMSAF is focused on growth through these key developments in the rest of the African market. What you will be exposed to today is the work of fellow African brothers and sisters. This continent has the talent and ability to deliver under the right leadership. Today I can stand tall here and say born, made, bred in Africa by Africans. This is transformation in action. If you look behind me, this is a measure of Japan and South Africa. We took what was Japanese and we Africanized it in the right way. Getting to South Africa, the automotive industry contributes 4.9% of the South African GDP. We are proud to be part of the industry that plays a key role in sustaining the economy and much needed jobs here in GQEBERHA and the country as a whole. For each 100 vehicles that are produced in Africa, 62 are made in South Africa. Once again, this positions South Africa as a manufacturing hub for Africa, let alone the manufacturing skills that we possess, which we can export in the African continent. The introduction of the South African Automotive Master Plan, known as SAM 2035 by government, presented a policy certainty in the auto sector. The enhancement of the government incentives for locally assembled vehicles through APDP2 increased local content targets and transformation and will create prosperity for industry stakeholders and broader society. Minister Patel, who is sitting amongst us, your efforts are highly appreciated. Businesses invest where the policy certainty is and growth opportunities are. Hence, Isuzu Japan made a positive decision to invest in our country. Katayama-san, who will be talking later, on behalf of the African people, the South African government, the IMSAF family, we are truly grateful for the investment made and we thank you. It is Nelson Mandela that said, if you want to make a breakthrough when you talk to someone, you must talk in their language. So Katayama-san, I'm going to try and make an attempt to thank you in your home language. Katayama-san, Africa no hitobito, Minami Africa sifu, IMSAF family wodi hai, shite konkai no tusi ni kansha, moshua gemasu, arigato zaimasu. Xa une-chance yokuya emnyameni ininzi into yayifunda khona. In the last 3 years, we have seen a rise in the level of investment by various OEMs. In this country, close to 50 billion was spent in the last 3 years. This is a significant and shows a step change as we gear for African growth, electrification, and automation. We have been bold in all actions as IMSAF, and we benefited from an underlying culture of resilience and determination. We are proudly the only AEM that's sitting at triple BEE level 1. We were the first to have a black CEO, and there is more coming from this organization. Our plant here in GQEBERHA in the 7th generation Isuzu D-Max program is crucial to the sustainability of communities in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro and the livelihoods of thousands of South Africans and the rest of Africa. Our business forms part as one of the most important industries in the Metro through revenue generation and sustainable job creation. This launch underlines the strength of the Isuzu brand in South Africa and the rest of the African market. Above all, it demonstrates the commitment and confidence in the markets we have presence. Today is an opportunity for us to celebrate our bold 7th generation Isuzu D-Max. Success is better shared, and today we are proud to present to you the bold new age of Isuzu, the all-new 7th generation D-Max. Ladies and gentlemen, if I was 30 years younger, I would say Ola 7. God bless Africa. God seën Africa. Nkosi sikelele Africa. Kamio Africa ni shukufuku wo. Mungu ibariki Africa. Ndiyabulela, ndatenda, asanti, thank you, kialebuha, arigato, ndoribuwa.
To address us now, the President and Representative of Isuzu Motors Limited, Katayama-san.
His Excellency, President of the Republic of South Africa, Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, Premier of the Eastern Cape, Executive Mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay, our distinguished guests. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Katayama from Isuzu Motors Limited. It's my utmost pleasure to be here today for the launch of the 7th generation Isuzu D-Max. I'd like to express my sincere appreciation for the efforts of all those who are involved in this launch event, even during the COVID pandemic. I believe that the government of the Republic of South Africa, including the Eastern Cape Province, our fleet customers, our domestic and international dealers, our suppliers, and all our stakeholders who are here today have managed to overcome many challenges brought by the global pandemic in the past 2 years. As a president of Isuzu Motors Limited, I'd like to express my gratitude for your continued support and cooperation of the manufacturing and distribution of Isuzu vehicles under such a difficult business environment. Last time I visited South Africa was in February 2018, so 4 years ago, when Isuzu Motors decided to make a big investment in South Africa and established Isuzu Motors South Africa. At that time, I promised to build a long-term relationship with the people of South Africa and sub-Saharan countries through the Isuzu business. Isuzu distributes more than 20,000 LCVs annually in South Africa and sub-Saharan region. And this figure consists of an extremely large volume of our global LCV business. Not only Isuzu Motors, we also believe that IMSA is an extremely important footprint to support and enrich people's lives in South Africa and the sub-Saharan region, where drastic economic growth is expected in the near future. In this important and promising market, as I promised for long-term relationships 4 years ago, we are introducing a new model with new powertrain that will meet the need of the low-carbon society by improved power and low fuel consumption and less noise. At the same time, we have enhanced the safety features dramatically. The current model will also continue to be sold, and a broad portfolio of new and existing models will be available. Isuzu will continue to meet the diverse needs of our customers. We are confident that the enhanced portfolio, combined with your significant efforts of sales and service support, will enable us to achieve together the Isuzu Motors South Africa slogan for the long run. The global automotive industry continues to face the challenges adapting to CASE, CASE technologies. Under these circumstances, Isuzu Motors will continue to deliver products that meet the needs of our customers, and we commit to creating a prosperous world together with you. Finally, I would like to close my speech by wishing you a future success and good health. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We are honored to welcome the Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, Mr. Ibrahim Patel.
President of the Republic, His Excellency Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa, Premier Oscar Mabuyane, MEC Mvulani and Mayor Johnson, President of Isuzu Motors, Katayama-san, our special guest today who we want to warmly welcome to South Africa, President and CEO of Isuzu South Africa, our own Mr. Billy Tom, members of NUMSA, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, konnichiwa. The launch today of the next generation Isuzu D-Max Bakkie or light delivery vehicle is a moment of celebration and thank yous. Let me start with the appreciation to the many people in Isuzu, locally and in Japan, who made the production of the D-Max Bakkie possible. Today's event is Isuzu deepening its roots on the African continent and in South Africa. The Bakkie, Mr. President, brings together 3,000 separate components that the workers and management at Isuzu coordinate into the complex logistics chain to come together into the vehicle that you will see shortly. Thank you. Arigato gozai masu katayama-san and the board of Isuzu. Today, Mr. President, is also a celebration of the success of our efforts to promote industrialization in the Eastern Cape, the original home of the South African auto industry. It follows the launch last year in GQEBERHA of the local production of COVID-19 vaccines and anesthetics, the first such production on the African continent. I would like to welcome the President on behalf of all the stakeholders here today with a reference to the signature themes that the President has been driving. Mr. President, your fingerprints are all over the new Isuzu D-Max Bakkie. You put forward the idea of a reimagined industrial strategy on which the latest automobile master plan has been developed. You promoted the idea of localization and industrialization. You convened the first 4 investment conferences that led to the investment commitment by Isuzu that translates itself today into a vehicle and the jobs we see. And you've promoted strong leadership on the need to seize the opportunities through African regional integration that strengthens the market for the vehicles that we see. Mr. President, in a few minutes you will see a beautiful vehicle, the first Isuzu D-Max Bakkies, proudly made in South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming someone whose vision has brought us together today, His Excellency President Ramaphosa. Mr. President, the stage is yours.
Welcome to the stage, the Honorable President of South Africa, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa.
Minister of Trade and Industry and Competition, Minister Ibrahim Patel, the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Mr. Oscar Mabuyane, the President of and CEO of Isuzu Motors South Africa, Mr. Billy Tom, and the President of Isuzu Motors Limited, Mr. Masunari Katayama, and His Excellency the Ambassador, Maruyama, Ambassador of Japan to South Africa, representatives of business and labor, and also welcoming those who have come from far and afield, from various other countries of our continent, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, as well as the leadership of NUMSA, the trade union that organizes or represents the workers who work here in Isuzu. I wasn't coming today, somehow, but as I looked at my program, I remembered that the Premier had booked me to come here many weeks ago, and my conscience would not allow me to let him down because he's such a persistent Premier. So I changed my program. I changed my program, but still left one or two other things that I needed to do, hence my late arrival, for which I apologize, and thank you very much for being patient and also being exposed to a slightly cold wind that's blowing in this stadium. But the joy of coming here, not only to keep my appointment with him, but also to come and be present at this most wonderful and outstanding event, I thought should overcome anything else that could have kept me away. I wish to congratulate Isuzu Motors South Africa on achieving this milestone, the first 7th generation Isuzu D-Max Bakkie to be produced locally. This Isuzu Bakkie is an iconic vehicle in South Africa, and the Isuzu brand has long been associated with quality and reliability. The fact that this Bakkie is being manufactured in South Africa, for us, is more than a matter of pride. It is a welcome contribution to our effort to significantly expand local production as we work to rebuild our economy and create jobs. And I was filled with pride as I listened to the CEO and MD, Billy Tom, talking about how the production of this vehicle has made a contribution also to this region, to a point where he's just taken by the spirit. I don't know what spirit it is to say that GQEBERHA must now be renamed Isuzu City. That just goes to show the enthusiasm. You could just hear it in his voice and the way he was articulating this point. And as he came back to sit down, he says, "Mr. President, I hope you have heard me. I have heard you. I also need to find that spirit that motivates you so much. Maybe I will catch it as well." And I realized that you are so popular here. I'm sure if we were to go for a vote, you would get all the votes here and I would get none. The automotive industry is one of our economy's most important sectors. As you heard, it contributes a great deal to our GDP, and contributing more than 4% of GDP means that it is a substantial and serious part of our economy. It is a significant source of employment and small business development here in the Eastern Cape, and particularly in GQEBERHA. As you heard our Premier say, it saved the livelihoods of some 1,000 workers. That for us is quite significant, particularly when we are continuing to rebuild our economy in the face of the number of people who have lost their jobs. I want to thank Isuzu Motors for supporting the localization objectives contained in the Automotive Production Development Program. It is anticipated that a local content value of approximately 2.8 billion rand will be generated through the life cycle of this program. Now that for us is quite substantial. Isuzu's manufacturing plant here in GQEBERHA, while best known for producing world-class vehicles, also creates jobs and opportunities for many South Africans and enables local businesses across the value chain to realize their potential. This investment, together with approximately 332 billion rand investment pledges that were made at our 4th South African Investment Conference held last month, will do much to support South Africa's economic recovery. Of the pledges received at the investment conference this year, 7 were from the automotive sector. This signals that the industry has renewed confidence in our country's growth prospects. Growth prospects that are continuing to grow by leaps and bounds. I hear proudly that Isuzu is exporting and selling hundreds and hundreds of vehicles into the continent as well. And this Africa continental free trade area is a beacon that is calling all those who would like to make profits, to grow their businesses, to trade. It is beckoning everyone. And for us here in South Africa, it is going to open up enormous channels for trade. It is going to open up enormous channels for profitability. As we have often said, South Africa, Mr. Katayama, is the gateway into the African continent. Your business is proving that to be the case. I believe through your manufacturing capabilities here, you are making vehicles that go right into the heart of our continent. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area is going to be a great boon and a great advantage to those businesses that want to grow their businesses exponentially. For our part, we want to promote trade with the rest of our continent, and we will continue to improve the business and investment climate, not only here in South Africa, but also working with other countries on our continent. As for us here in South Africa, we have embarked on a journey of reforms, a journey of creating even a better climate for businesses. We have embarked on the reforms that we announced during the State of the Nation address. I gave a report of how far we have gone and how much further we still need to go. I spoke about energy, the efforts that we are making to rebuild our energy capability, but to now rebuild it using renewable energy, new technologies as well. I spoke about how we are releasing the spectrum, which is going to technologically advantage everyone. Spoke about infrastructure, how we are going to roll out infrastructure in the biggest way. Our network industries, our ports, our rail, our roads, water, and I also spoke about our criminal justice system and how we are going to take steps to make sure that we get rid of criminality and how we are going to regain our state stature, ourselves as a government, as we get rid of the vestiges and the influence of state capture. We are on a journey, and we will continue to support companies like Isuzu that are investing in the country's manufacturing capabilities. So we will continue walking this journey with you. And what I can assure you is that much as you are a corporate, you play an important role in the lives of South Africans, you play an important role in the economy of our country, and we will walk this journey with you. So you will not walk alone. We will be there with you as the government of the Republic. So once again, I want to congratulate Isuzu Motors South Africa on this achievement, and I do wish you well as you continue to play your part in supporting local business, growing our economy, and uplifting our communities. I'm sure you're going to show me the vehicle right now. My only regret, and it's been a regret that has been going on for some time, I've been to a few places where I've launched new vehicles. When I became president, one of the things that I regret greatly is that they took my license card and cut it in half and said to me, Mr. President, you are no longer allowed to drive. So that is the regret I have, that even as you show me all these beautiful cars, I will not be able to drive them unless you take me to a secret location where I can drive. Thank you very much.
At the launch of Isuzu Motors South Africa on 16 February 2018, Katayama-san, the president and representative of Isuzu Motors Limited, made a wish by painting one eye of the Daruma doll. His wish was for Isuzu Motors South Africa to grow into a successful operation. It is only once the wish has been fulfilled that one can then paint the other eye of the doll. Today, to continue the journey of the Daruma doll, we welcome Katayama-san.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tom, and thank you for offering me the honor to send a message on this occasion. I am delighted that Isuzu Motors South Africa is launching the new D-Max today. It was a great pleasure for me and Mr. Tom took me on a tour of the manufacturing plant in January when I witnessed everyone's dedication to the project. I still remember the day that Isuzu announced their 1.2 billion rand investment in front of President Ramaphosa at the South Africa Investment Conference in 2019. I'm very proud of your strong and consistent commitment to complete your investment despite the tough COVID situations. I was informed that this new production line resulted in securing 1,000 jobs directly at Isuzu operation in GQEBERHA and across its national and international dealer network, as well as around 25,000 jobs at hundreds of suppliers across the country. I would like to convey my sincere congratulations to Mr. Tom for this remarkable achievement. There is no doubt that this new production line is a symbol of the Japanese business footprint in South Africa and is crucial to the communities in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro and the livelihoods of thousands in South Africa. I also would like to mention that I am always impressed by Isuzu's CSR activities in the communities, which never stopped and even increased during difficult times, as was the case during the health lockdown. For the very first stage of the pandemic, Isuzu moved very quickly through the various COVID-19 initiatives which has helped contribute towards the saving of lives. I would like to close my remarks by offering my wish to strengthen the relationship between Japan and South Africa through partnership between the private sectors as showcased today by Isuzu Motors South Africa. I thank you.
In the Kansai region of Japan, a great river rises. It is the famed Isuzu Gawa, mother of 1,000 songs and poems of praise. Silent, patient, ever-flowing, mystical, and majestic. Serenity of Isuzu's shining surface is an underlying power, an unstoppable, surging, tireless drive that steers it ever onward to the sea. Try holding the waters of the Isuzu River in your hands, and it will slip effortlessly through your fingers and away. No obstacle will halt or hinder the flow. The Isuzu waters simply flow around it, find a new path, a new way. ocean, rain clouds gather and swirl above the towering mountains and deep valleys of Africa. Lightning forks and claps its thunder signal the approaching storm. Rain lashes across the plains, a myriad single drops that soak and build and pool as the land shrugs off its drenching into a million streams and rivulets seeking a route back to the sea from where it came. Spilling, cascading, under, over, around, and through. Merge and flow, surge and score into the wide and powerful rivers of Africa, always becoming the pathway itself. Two cultures, a world apart, bound only by the encircling oceans, two rivers unite into one. For in one water droplet are to be found all the secrets of all the oceans and all the peoples of the world. And in one mighty river, through valleys carved by time, all things merge into a single shared way. journey of a river is not predictable. Rains dry up, the earth scorches. Riverbeds harden and crack. Stones fall, boulders cannot hold. It is as if the mountains themselves lean and threaten to fall into the path of the river. It is at these times that the people living on the banks of the great rivers must face the challenges. The people must navigate their way through the river's changing moods and unpredictable terrain. Navigate the obstacles. The people of Isuzu are so much more than mere travelers on this mighty river. For they are the ones who shape and guide, build and steer, dig and dredge when the rocks obstruct the way. Mystical waters of the Isuzu River in Japan. From an energy and life force as strong as the Nukukama River in GQEBERHA. Two rivers, two cultures converge. We follow the narrative of the people of Isuzu who are responsible for building the next generation of Isuzu vehicles.
My morning, I wake up very early. I get up at 4 o'clock. I have a cup of coffee. Then I hit the gym because I know that if I get my mind right, my body right, I can contribute and add value.
We are PE people. Everything we do is PE. So I'm proud about my city.
We are coming from different backgrounds, different cultures, but when we enter that gate of Isuzu, we are one family. We are there to build a Bakkie.
What I do best, I always bring my happiness everywhere I go, home, friends, at work.
My Isuzu journey has been one of great learning. It has been a journey of growth, a journey of opportunity and realizing your full potential.
The harder you work, the more you're gonna achieve in life. And my journey all these years is just to give more than 110%, and that is what I do. You do your best.
The road to get here was never ever easy.
The difference I make every day is to motivate the people, because good relationships with the people you work with every day does come a long way.
My biggest dream is to drive one of these Bakkies one day.
As we grow, the nature of how we do things changes, so you need to be adaptable.
Be authentic. Be true to yourself.
Growing up, life wasn't easy, and as a woman, opportunities in the future seemed almost impossible. But where I am right now and where I'm going fills me with a sense of hope.
We are going forward. We are competing with the best cars on the road.
We want to be number one in the world.
Yeah, we are family. We are one. We pull together
to build them. To see someone else driving it, you know that car, you built it.
We have built something beautiful. I am so proud of what we've built.
It's something special.
This is my life.
My life.
My life.
My life.
My life.
My Isuzu legacy.
My Isuzu legacy.
the banks of the river, allowing the unstoppable river force to regain its momentum once more. They are brave, original, limitless, different, and boldly they emerge. The Isuzu builders, creators, thinkers, designers of the bold new age of Isuzu. In Cape Verde, Senegal, Liberia, the Ivory Coast, Ghana, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Cameroon, Gabon, Angola, Zambia, the Democratic Republic of Congo. In Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Rwanda, Djibouti, Uganda, Kenya, Ethiopia, in the Seychelles, Tanzania, Malawi, Madagascar. Mauritius, Japan, and right here in South Africa. This is the start of a new journey, a new dawn, the bold new age of Isuzu. Created by the people of Isuzu, for the people of our continent. Two great nations have merged in a single purpose. Together, all obstacles and hardships have been faced and wrestled and beaten. This is a story of hope, of courage, and collaboration, of determination and growth. As Isuzu welcomes in a bold new age. And this is the all-new Isuzu D-Max. We now invite Mr. Billy Tom, Minister Abraham Patel, Mr. Oscar Mabuya. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior Vice President of Isuzu Motors South Africa, Mr. Dominic Rimmer, to tell you more about our pride and joy, the all-new Isuzu D-Max.
Can you hear me? Fighting a bit with the elements, but let me first say welcome to everybody here today. It's an awesome day for us, and it's an extremely proud day for all the employees at Isuzu Motors South Africa. As you can see next to me, it's a fantastic looking vehicle. This is the 7th generation Isuzu D-Max, and it's Isuzu's most advanced Bakkie by far. Developing this Bakkie has been quite a journey. We worked to bring this boldest Bakkie yet to life. But as we were doing that, COVID came along. But we're fortunate enough at Isuzu Motors South Africa that we've got a strong history and a legacy in developing vehicles. And we were able to turn on our own expertise in-house to make sure that we could overcome all of those challenges that COVID threw our way. In fact, Isuzu has been manufacturing vehicles since the first passenger vehicle ever made in Japan rolled off the line in 1922. This makes Isuzu one of the oldest vehicle manufacturers in operation today. The company specializes in diesel engines, have developed the first one as far back as 1934. We are the world's largest producer of diesel engines, and year to date, we have sold 85 million engines around the world. Our portfolio of diesel engines ranges from 15.7 liters to 1.9 liters, which you will see in the 7th generation D-Max. All designed and manufactured with Isuzu's world-renowned durability and reliability. Globally, Isuzu boasts 6 decades of pickup manufacture, delivering exceptional reliability and durability for our customers, whether used in hard-working commercial vehicles or as leisure vehicles, as you see the V-Cross next to me. Locally, we have been manufacturing and engineering the Isuzu Bakkies for the past 42 years. Locally engineering to be suitable for all countries in the African continent. The new Isuzu D-Max is designed to anticipate evolving trends while keeping true to the traditional D-Max strengths. We have taken our proven and trusted characteristics such as power, strength, reliability, and added sporty styling, significantly improved comfort, an extensive range of new technologies, and trend-setting safety features to make the new Isuzu D-Max line up well-positioned to compete in the leisure segment of the market. Over the last 4 decades, Isuzu D-Max has established itself as a highly regarded pickup which offers adaptability, strength, and power. All of you today will be fortunate enough to drive this pickup, except of course the President. He's not allowed to drive any vehicles, but for the rest of you, you can use the opportunity and drive this magnificent vehicle. It'll certainly match any requirement that you have. But that's me, very short, but what I'd like to say to you all, use the opportunity, go to all the venues around here, but enjoy your day. Thank you very much.
right at the end, we get some gremlins in the system. His Excellency, if there's one thing you must know about us at Isuzu, we actually overcome any challenge and proposal we've given. So I've spoken to your people, and they've agreed that we can take you to a secret location so that you get to experience this vehicle. If I may, His Excellency, the President of Isuzu Limited, the President and CEO of Isuzu South Africa, Mr. Billitom, the Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, as well as our Premier of the province, if I may kindly request you to accompany the President to the secret location. Ladies and gentlemen, may I humbly request you remain seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this spectacular program. Let's allow the President to at least experience the vehicle. In the meantime, we would like to request that you return to the Bold Lounge. Thank you.